today? Well, I wanted to make a vlog walking around outside, talking. However, it is pouring rain and windy, and I'm gonna go for a walk tomorrow, but I'm feeling inspired to talk now, so I didn't want to like try to write down everything I wanted to say and then like repeat it tomorrow and like act like I'm reading off a script. So I'm gonna talk now, but then we're gonna film the vlog tomorrow. So when you see clips, just imagine, like, think of me as like the spirit floating over my head in these clips as I'm going throughout my day doing various things, which, by the way, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, so there might be no footage. I don't know. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, it's 9 days after I filmed that. I never filmed any vlog footage of me walking around at all, but I wanted to shoot and share my misfortune right now. I'm going to see my friend's band in Langhorne, where I've never been in my entire life, and I got my hair cut. This isn't Philadelphia, bitch. This is Yugoslavia. Are you seeing the vibe? But no, I got my hair cut, and then I missed the first train, so I had to take another train an hour and a half later, which of course I was running late to, so I had to Uber. Got on the train. On the train, I was like, okay, I'm gonna edit this vlog. My charged laptop that was at 45% immediately dies. Now, is this laptop from senior year of high school? Yes. It's a 5-year-old laptop. They just don't last that long. Yes. However, to buy a new laptop, I would have to admit my mortality and my unkness and accept the fact that I am no longer 17, which I'm not doing, and also I can't afford a new laptop. I'm walking from the train to the venue up fucking Mount Everest in the middle of Langhorne, PA. Said it was a 25-minute walk, so I was like, okay, 12 minutes. Wrong. Did not realize I'd be climbing up an entire goddamn hill to get there. I wanted to talk about some of my artistic philosophies as an artiste. I have been making art my whole life. I can't draw at all or paint, but arguably I can sing a little bit. I've been writing songs for like 5 years. I think I started taking it really seriously like around this time 3 years ago. And then for a while I was like really focused on form and structure and lyrical content and cultivating a vibe. And then throughout this past year, I've been really focused on chord progressions and melodies and music theory. And this year I put a lot of work into like, okay, let's apply what I want to do artistically, the feeling I want, and my knowledge about music theory, and smushing them together and actually understanding why theory parts that I know in my head feel the way that I want my art to feel. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, things like, for example, I used to always, when I would go from a verse to a pre-chorus, change the chord being played because I was like, oh, it's a change. You know, it's the song's changing section, the chord should change. That made sense in my head. This year, after some studying, I realized like part of what makes a change really work is that something's staying the same to create contrast, or else you're not even noticing the change, because everything's changing. If everything's changing, what changed? There's a much more eloquent way to put that, but so I started, you know, keeping the same chord under the pre-chorus because the melody changed, or vice versa, changing the chord but keeping the melody, and creating that contrast. That's how you build a song. It's something that like I'm sure I'd read that sentence before, but this year I really like wanted to understand it in like a feeling kind of sense, and I think I have, which you'll see when you hear more of my album, which, by the way, I just put 2 songs out. They're called Shape to My Ceiling and Shelf Life, and they're both really cool. Did they flop? Yes. That is okay. Not that I don't care. I would love for them to be super successful and everything, but I still love them, so like my view of these songs hasn't changed at all. I still think they're great. And one day the people will wake up. One day the sheeple will wake up. Yeah, I wanted to talk about my artistic philosophies. I do feel like there's probably a more textbook definition of what a philosophy is. It's probably not how I'm using it in this video. I'm using it to mean thing I think. Number 1. Sell out enough to pay your rent. Coming from me is really funny because I have made probably negative $7,000 off of my art so far. So Still working on this one myself, but theoretically, sell out enough to make rent. I think it was a podcast by Ethel Kane not too long ago where she was talking about how, like, she just wants to make ambient drone music, but her label is like, Ethel, we want a song that we can promote. And so she was like, okay, you know, I could sit here and be all artsy fartsy and be like, no, I don't want to do that. The label's got me tied down, blah, 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 blah. But she was like, I could do that and I could spend my life bitching and moaning. Or I could think in the context of Ethel Kane, or what is the most palatable kind of song that I can make that I'm still proud of. So, you know, thinking more specifically like something that a label's gonna like, something that's gonna take off with people. Maybe it's a little bit dumber than something you would normally make. Maybe the structure is a little bit more simple. For her, it's American Teenager and Me Eyes were the two that she referenced in the podcast, which are both great songs. And they both stand out in her discography. I guess Crush, probably, I don't think she said that, but I feel like that would be the third one. They stand out for sure in her discography. They're a little bit more pop than normal. They're a little more radio friendly or whatever, but they get her rent money. And so she doesn't have to have a day job, and she has fans. And those fans come from people hearing these songs that are, you know, making her label happy and going, oh, what else does this girl make? So it's like, you know, think of it less as like a slog that like, oh, I have to make a radio single or whatever. And just think of it more as like, this is better than having an office job. I can tell you because I have one and it sucks. It sucks trying to be a singer-songwriter and having to like do Excel spreadsheets all day. It's not fun. But if I could successfully make a hit that is, say, 90% of as pretentiously artistic as I normally am, but that takes off, good enough for me. If it's paying my rent, hell yeah, brother. You gotta get your bag, okay? And eventually I would like to pay my rent off my art. So yeah, make enough to pay your rent, but don't completely sell out. Don't become So I've been walking for 12 minutes and I've done like 0.2% of the walk. Of course, I'm also in platform.market. Oh my God, because it's cold and snowy and that's the closest thing I have to snow boots. Obviously, look at me. I said in this video, there would be vlog footage throughout. That would maybe be more of a vibe. I'm not sure this is a vibe, but like I said, Yugoslavia. And on top of everything else, I just texted my mom something unrelated, and she goes, oh yeah, by the way, your little sister has COVID. Who I just hung out with for a week because it was Christmas. Okay, awesome, great. Number 2. When you're on stage, don't doubt your art because it's pointless. There's been some shows where gearing up to going on stage, I'm like, I feel like Superman, I feel like the best singer of all time. Sometimes I'm gearing up to go on stage and I'm like, holy shit, I fucking suck. There's no point thinking this because you can't change the music now, it's too late. Take the gamble on the fact that you in the past thought it was good, roll the dice, and just try to present the best possible form of whatever you have, regardless of whether or not you in this very moment like it or not. Because number one, you probably wouldn't have gotten this far if it really, really sucked. Now that might not be true for all of you, but it's true for me. You probably wouldn't have gotten this far if it really, really sucked. You probably wouldn't have gotten booked in the first place. You might as well gamble on the fact that it's good. You're already here. You're already at the show. You're already about to go on stage. You've already rehearsed for weeks. You've already put the show together. You spent all this time making your music. Just commit. At this point, just commit and sell it. Get up on that stage and act like whatever you're making is like revolutionary piece of stage performance that this stage has ever seen. Because it's too late. It's too late to be self-conscious. You're already there. You've probably gambled on far stupider things. Maybe actually gambling. If you've ever sports bet, probably a worse gamble than just getting on stage and being like, this is the best song I've ever made in my entire life. Act like the sun is shining out of your own ass. Number 3. Be weird. Number 3, you should be weird. No, but I think it's really important to, you should be kind of weird if you're gonna be an artist, or else what is the point? I keep seeing clips of Ivy Woke on my, I'm not gonna comment on, I know people don't like her and she something, but the girl's weird as fuck. So she's successful because she's weird. So is every other artist that's been successful, like, you know, Lady Gaga Meat Dress. Or I'm trying to think of like a less conventional kind of example. I don't know. I did a whole podcast on this a while ago. I actually don't remember if I ever put it out or not, but I feel like when I was posting while I was at Temple, clips of my song Some Guy at Temple, which you should go listen to because it's really good. I had semi-regularly people in my comments being like, what the fuck is this? This dude's fucking delusional. Dude, you're delusional. About what? I like it. I like it, and this is who I am. What am I delusional about? Like, what? Am I delusional about my skills and talents? Well, it's what I've got. What else am I supposed to do? Should I go back to the talent store and ask for fucking something else? Like, I don't know. People are gonna think you're weird. If they don't think you're weird, it's because your art sucks. If everyone likes your art, it's because it sucks. I'm telling you that right now. If you are this is really mean, okay? If you go around showing your music to everybody and all they ever say is like, this is good, it sucks. Or even if it doesn't suck, it's boring. I mean, like, I've made songs that are more, I guess, conventional. Like, I think Taped on My Ceiling is a more just conventional pop song, but the song's not boring. It constantly picks itself back up. It's got this whole orchestral intro. I played fucking live timpani on that song. So even at my most conventional pop song, and I'm not saying that's the weirdest thing in the world. I'm not saying I'm the most weirdest, unique, I'm reincarnate of Beethoven, whatever. But I would rather make bad art than boring art. And so should you. You know why? There's plenty of bad art that people saw the good in. Or Munch by Ice Spice, by certain metrics, a bad song. You know, she sounds bored as hell, there's way too many words, but it's got a certain something to it. It's not boring at all. It's very, like, it's unique, it's weird, it's out there, it was new at the time, you know? And so I would rather put out a Munch than put out a... I can't afford to do that. And neither can you. You can't afford to put out generic music because no one knows who you are. Like, now everybody's like, brat summer, but there was a time when that was not true. You might as well not be boring. This is actually bringing me into point 4. Don't waste time making anything that other people could make. Only spend your one-way trip through life making things that only you could make. Because if someone else could make it, let them do it. I can sit here and make a Taylor Swift song if I wanted to. I don't want to do that. First of all, because she's already doing it. And second of all, because it wouldn't be my song then. It would be, you can be inspired by Taylor Swift, but if you listen to it and you're like, this makes me feel just like a Taylor Swift song does, then is it your song? And no crosswalks. This, like, literally, like, gigantic fucking road. There's no crosswalks at all. Also, I actually have to cross back because there's only a sidewalk on the other side. And the straight shot would be going down this road and just going straight through, but I can't. I have to go an extra block this way and go all the fucking way around on what looks like a goddamn highway. Bruh. Not to be like, that's why I fucking hate being in the suburbs. Why did we build America for cars, bro? Literally cannot fucking figure out how to get to this place because the Google Maps is saying if I walk this way, which is the way that makes sense, I'm gonna run into a highway that I can't cross. But if I walk the other way, there's no sidewalk. So like, okay, so there's this impassable superhighway driving through the middle of Langhorne, Pennsylvania. And me and my girls, well, you know, okay, wait, yes. Wait, I love this snowman. Oh my God. This is such a vibe. If I wasn't so lost and confused and cold, it's actually not even that cold. So literally just a vibe. Obviously I can't fucking cross this road. How the fuck am I supposed to get there? AJ and Fiona, when you see this in a few weeks, whenever I edit this, please know I'm sorry. I experienced trials and tribulations that have never been experienced by man previously. Like, just no other generation ever went through this, because you know, back in the day, you could just kind of walk around, but now we've got these big paved fucking death strips that she can't walk through. And you might say again, Anthony, don't you own a car? Yes. Sorry, I tried to be a little Euro. Sorry, God forbid a white boy gets a little Euro with it in the year 2025, nearing on 2026. God fucking forbid. You know, Connor's story, love him to pieces. He just said in an interview, when he was a child, the only thing he wanted to be more than wanting to be an actor was to be European. I was trying to channel that, okay? In a prison of my own creation. Late as hell. The event already started. Talking to myself on the side of a highway as people fly by. I have not seen a single other civilian. Nary a civilian. Philosophy number 5. This is my last one. This one's short. Save something for yourself. Take the best song on the album and never let it leave your hard drive. That's yours. Because inevitably everything you put out, the court of public opinion is going to sway your opinion on your stuff. Take whatever you think is the most genius thing you've ever come up with in the entire world and just keep it. And just don't let anyone else touch it. I just wrote a song for my boyfriend for his birthday and I love it. I think it's so good. Like, I think it's so classically, simply, easily good. Like, it's such an instant like earworm. Even if I had finished it and when I started it I wasn't sure really what I was making yet, if I finished it right now and it was like, oh, this could so be an antique song, I could totally see this on my album or whatever, I wouldn't put it out because I think it's really important to just make things for you and your boyfriend sometimes. I don't want the public weighing in on the song that I made for my boyfriend's birthday. That's for me. That's for me to put on in my car and think about him. And so this is genius. This is the most genius thing I've ever made in the entire world. And I'm never gonna put it out. I want to hear it and think about him and think about the lyrics I wrote and not think about what D's Nuts 104 commented on my TikTok when I posted it being like, this sounds like an HAR song. I don't want to think about that when I'm thinking about my boyfriend. It's important to make and keep things for yourself. And not just the bad ones. Like, don't just be like, oh, I have this song that only I listen to because it sucks. No, you should have stuff that's only yours that is really, really good. Just keep it in your heart. I have a bunch of those, and they're just for me. Sidewalk. This one just fucking ends for no goddamn reason. Why is there not a sidewalk? Shut the fuck up. 10 miles an hour. Did you guys see that? It's because I'm gay walking. But look at this. This is ridiculous. Where did it go? There's not even a sidewalk on the other side of the road. I just gotta walk on the road now. I'm here appreciating the winter beauty of Langhorne, PA. Otherwise, I don't know why I keep saying Langhorne like there's a punchline. I don't know. Okay, that's ugly. This is a vibe though. Okay, there is a car coming. I'm not on the sidewalk. I'm just fucking walking in the road because, wait, there's a sidewalk. Oh my God. Okay, no, there's not. It was a shadow from Dude, I'm fucking losing my mind. I swear it looked like there was a sidewalk here, and there is not. Maybe the real sidewalk was the friends we made along the way. Okay, TBH, my phone's about to die, so I gotta stop vlogging. This has been a blast. I'll check in when we get there. I'm giving up and going back to the train. 7:13. The train leaves at 7:29. It says it's a 12-minute walk. I gave up. It took me I walked for like 30 minutes. And then I took a map and it was like, you're still a 20-minute walk away because the huge detour I had to make around the highway that you can't walk past apparently. And also I'm apparently COVID, so I'm just fucking going home. I'm John COVID, I'm signing off. Hashtag made it. I made it to the train. Langhorne 1, Antique 0. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Antique. I just put 2 songs out. And I've been making YouTube videos because they're really fun. Everybody, say hi to my cat. Thank you for watching. And goodbye.